When I talk to brands and I try to understand what they're doing and what strategy they're taking, I always recommend that you start with the golden equation of Amazon advertising. Price times conversion rate times efficiency target equals value. All of the advertising within Amazon is paid for on a cost per click basis. And it's an auction where you get to say, I'm willing to spend at most this much to generate a click. So if you're going to make that statement to Amazon and to purchase massive amounts of media in that manner, you have to understand as specifically and confidently as you can how valuable a single click is to your business. Here's the way to think about this. What you want to know is, what is the price of my products? That's pretty simple, but it may change over time. And you need to track that. You need to make sure you're constantly adjusting your advertising with that. Because as your price changes, so too does the margin that you extract from every sale, and so too does the conversion rate. Consumers may be much more likely to buy your product if it's $10 cheaper, but that's eating into your margin in a different way. The next thing you want to look at is, what is my conversion rate per ad? Most ads on Amazon are keywords, things people are searching for. And keywords are going to behave differently with different products. Certain keywords may be very specific and contain high levels of purchase intent with very high conversion rates. Others would be less so. And you want to track that over time and use statistics to really understand what is a stable conversion rate for a given ad on Amazon. The next thing is where strategy really comes into play. What is your efficiency target? How much are you actually willing to spend to generate a sale on your products? The best way to define that is to first look at, how much do you make on a sale? So you first need to break down, what is your margin at the product level? From there, you've got to determine what fraction of that margin you're willing to spend on advertising. And the different coefficients that will determine that are going to be, what is your objective for that product? Is this a really important new product launch where you haven't yet unlocked the flywheel effect on Amazon? If so, maybe you're willing to spend more than all of the margin you can make on a sale just to get sales velocity building and growing. On the other hand, maybe it's a very mature product that's doing exceptionally well, and really you just need to harvest profit. So you're only going to bid 50% of the margin you make on any given sale. The next dimension of the efficiency target is, what's the type of ad you're bidding for? Not all ads are created equal. Somebody searching for your brand terms are much more likely to buy your products even in the absence of advertising than somebody searching for your competitor's terms or a category term. It's very important to make confident, hard decisions on how much you're willing to spend to acquire a customer who's looking for you by your brand name versus not. And you've got to factor that into your system for advertising on Amazon. Other things that matter in the definition of the ad is the type of ad that it is. Is there an impression value to the ad? Most of Amazon is cost per click driven, but increasingly you have ad units like sponsored brands that do have an impression value that may stick with a customer. And even though they don't click on that ad, the fact that they saw it may have a halo effect on your business. So you may want to value those ads slightly more than a sponsored product ad, as an example. Finally, you also want to think about your inventory levels. If you have limited inventory, you may not want to be pushing the gas on advertising because you're just going to clear out product and not be able to fulfill incremental orders. You may want to just harvest profit until you have better supply. On the other end of the spectrum, if you have too much inventory, you might be better off losing money on advertising so you don't have to pay long-term storage fees and you can at least generate turns. Thinking about all of those different dynamic variables on top of the context of a massively competitive marketplace where things are changing every single day is an enormously daunting task. But getting that equation right and building a system that lets you update your cost per click bids to Amazon as all of those different variables change is how you win and succeed. I love talking to brands about how they do this and understand how they think through each of these different variables in this equation.